Hello, Anna. Hi, how are you, my darling? And welcome to your follow-up reading. It is like 7 p.m. here, and I have been having technical glitches all day with Instagram and everything else. So, I am going to start by pulling you an Ascended Master to see who would like to bring forward some messages for you today. And you have Maitreya. So you have a Buddha Maitreya coming through with his beautiful rainbow energy. And this card is one of abundance because there is a lot of gold here. And he is, of course, the laughing Buddha. So we have a beautiful rainbow warrior energy with this card. So really lovely. I've actually never got that one before. So first time for me to have that one. Okay. Right. I am going to start by doing some past life cards for you. Now, sometimes the images can be very, very, very clear of what I'm dealing with. And sometimes they can be past lives I haven't picked up on that are going to affect you in some way moving forward. So this can mean anything from now that we have unlocked certain aspects and we've done the soul retrieval, you will find that then other issues will come to the surface because they want to be healed and they want to be released, or because you could have a soul dynamic that is about to enter your life that is from a past life. So let me see what they want to bring forward for you today. Okay, thank you. Right, so we are starting with the Orphan card as your overall energy. This card can talk about a deep inner child wound, or children, or past life trauma associated with children and abandonment. So I will actually read this one from the book for you, but let's jump into what else they have brought forward for you. We have the health card. Now, this card is obviously the caduceus with the serpent. It's all about health and healing. But this card comes up as well when you have a divine feminine who has been a healer and a priestess in previous lives. So the serpent symbolism is from Atlantis, and the serpent and the dragon is also very connected to Sophia. So I mentioned Atlantis because that is your card that has come up here. So Atlantean past life involving the healing arts and the sacred flames and the keeper of the sacred knowledge is coming through as well. Right. The next one you have is leaving and traveling. You have the farm. I will group these vibrationally together. You have ships. You have vows. You have unrequited love. And you have scribe or writer. So I am going to separate these into two little piles, and I'm going to talk about them in two groups of vibrationally what these messages are saying to me. Now, I will start by reading the Orphan card as your overall energy. Now, I know in the beginning that I had an image of a lady playing a guitar by a lighthouse, and in the distance, in her mind's eye, she was visualizing a young child that was holding a teddy bear, and the child was crying but wasn't speaking. So I don't know if the child was a sibling, if the child was your child. The fact that there is the Orphan card has come up, maybe it was a child that you had to give up for adoption. But there was a deep, deep, deep child wound that that came up. So let me read this card for you. And as well, I was aware that this lady was channeling her sadness through her music. It was therapeutic. The release was very therapeutic. And you did come back with some insight that you have a talent for guitar without necessarily having studied it in this life. So you drew this card because you had one or more past lives as an orphan. This is creating a current life abandonment fear for you. In those lives where you didn't have your mother or your father's protection, love, or support, you developed great strength and inner reliance, which continues to help you in this life. However, you may have also developed survival skills that are a double-edged sword. These coping mechanisms help you to get by, but they also blunt your heart and your emotions. Most likely this card is a reminder for you to acknowledge that your true father and mother is God. You're also reminded that you have a family of choice consisting of friends and other loved ones, including your pets. In spiritual truth, it is impossible to be an orphan. Your true heavenly parent is always with you, and if you tend to isolate yourself, you may benefit from seeking a compassionate support group. Now, the thing that is really resonating with me is the seal that I saw, and the warrior spirit, that from lifetime to lifetime you have gained resilience, and you know, whatever you needed to do, you had the strength to do it yourself. And they brought up, obviously you were carrying these great burdens on ropes around your neck and your shoulders, and also about the having to do everything yourself and be in that warrior mode 24/7 was actually a trauma response. So I think this card beautifully brings up, this tenacity and this strength. You don't have to sit in the warrior mode all the time, that you are actually supported, and regardless of whether you have a mother and father in this life, that you have a invisible hand on your shoulder and you have that beautiful seal that was on your chest. So you are supported and you are held, and it's impossible to be an orphan. So beautiful overall energy. Okay. Right, we have Atlantis and we have the beautiful serpent, we have scribe and writer, and we have ships. Now, Atlantis was again a massive, massive, massive continent that spread all across the world. They knew it went down in 3 stages. They knew it was going down, and the keepers of the sacred knowledge, the priestesses, the healers, the keepers of the sacred flame, and the scribes and the writers who writ all this knowledge down and held it, they travelled via ships to different countries all around the world. And because they did this, we now have, the healing arts, we have the text, the knowledge, the wisdom. They wanted it to be preserved for future generations of humanity. And this, surprisingly or not, this little combination of cards comes up quite a lot for the people that I work with, maybe because I started as an Atlantean healer. Atlantean souls are very drawn to me. Now, I will read you some of these from the book because I think that they are important, as we know that we didn't deal with this in your healing. So let me read some of these for you. Atlantis. Your lifetime in ancient Atlantis is affecting your current situation. You have soul memories to this idyllic civilization that offered every imaginable wonder. There is a longing for a utopia that you unconsciously remember, and which you know is possible in this world today. Your soul also remembers the tragic ending of Atlantis, and you may have developed phobias about the ocean as a result. Although you love to swim, perhaps you prefer not to go swimming or sailing. You also recall how the majority of Atlanteans were peace-loving people, with the exception of a few political leaders who misuse crystal power to the detriment of all, so you may be extra sensitive to issues relating to political corruption in this lifetime. Yes, and I will also add that the negative Atlantean agenda is what we have playing out in the world today, with the undertones of what is going on in society. It is still this Atlantean agenda that is playing out now. Okie dokie. Health. Your relationship with health and healing is influenced by other lifetimes. You may be suffering from physical problems that were inflicted upon you during a past lifetime. Perhaps you reincarnated so quickly that you didn't have time to deal with the underlying issues. Your physical health has caused hardship, yet it has also taught you to develop a deeper level of compassion than you could have learned in a healthy body. You've also developed healing skills that can benefit others. In fact, you may already know that you are a healer. This knowledge was acquired in previous lifetimes, and when you performed healing for others. Back then, your earthly needs were taken care of by the community, so you may struggle with the idea of charging money for healing work in this lifetime. It's helpful to know that in this current Western society, everyone must charge for their work, including those who provide spiritually based services. So I don't know if you do work in this fashion. When you have the Atlantean card with the scribe and writer, and the health card with the symbol and the dragon symbolism of Sophia, I'm going to say that you have been a priestess and you have been a healer, and that might be something that you are now called to step into further moving forward. I will continue to read these for you. Right. Ships. Your prior lifetime spent on ships is bringing you this card today. As a former sailor or crew member or ship passenger, you had experiences at sea that have exerted an influence on the situation that you are inquiring about. You probably already have a sense of the type of life that you lived aboard these ships. The question now becomes how your experiences have affected your present life. Negative reactions such as fears and phobia, or positive reactions such as longings to travel, or a special affinity with the ocean, may all have arisen in prior lifetimes. So Atlantean souls are very connected to water, but they're very connected to water in two different ways. Some people are absolutely terrified, and they were the ones that actually stayed around and went under with Atlantis. And then you have the ones who are just ocean souls. They visualize themselves as mermaids. They're obsessed with the ocean and everything mermaid related. So I'm going to say that I have a very clear picture, and that as you step into this knowledge and this healing arts, and this role that you have played in previous lifetimes, the more you heal, we remove the trauma, we clear that with the sacred flame. It actually allows the gifts from previous lives to come forward. So I look forward to hear how this reawakens in your life moving forward. Okie dokie. Now we are coming over here and we have the unrequited love card. We have farm, we have vows, and I'm actually going to put that in the middle, and we have leaving and traveling. Now this suitcase was identical to the suitcase that I saw you carrying, and it looked like you were walking in the old like Victorian streets of London. There was like horse and carriages and you know, that type of really old Victorian feel to it. Now, there was unrequited love attached to the reason why you left. Now, I saw you with a gang of kids at the time. I just thought you were a widower, but maybe it was an unrequited relationship and you left your farm and made your way to the city in order to financially provide for your children. And there were a lot of children involved. There were maybe 4 or 5 little dots, and you were carrying the suitcases, and that was where I saw the warrior spirit, being resilient, taking charge, doing what you needed to do. But in the middle of that, we have the vows card. Now, this card can mean anything from a marriage vow to a soul contract, to a vow that you took as a nun, to any sort of vow that you took in any lifetime. We need to break these. Now, at the beginning of every one of my healings, I do a full cord cutting ritual guided by your holy I am presence. So I bring in your higher self and ask the higher self and your angelic team to identify what needs to be cut and cleared in order for you to move to the next stage of your soul's journey. But with vows, your voice is needed. You need to speak blessings over your life. You need to speak what you want into manifestation. I am that I am. I am healthy. I am abundant. I am free. I am brave. Your signature soul's note is your voice, and it is vibration. So I will read this out loud, and I will also send you the image so that you can read it and ask for any vows that are hindering you to be released. So let me just read this for you. You drew this card because of a vow that you took in prior lifetimes. They are blocking you in this one. Most likely you were a monk or a nun when you made these vows, which still continue to haunt you. Common examples may include a vow of poverty, self-denial, which could block your flow of abundance, a vow of chastity, which can inhibit your romantic and sexual life in the present, or a vow of self-punishment, which can lead you to sabotage or hurt yourself. Unless these vows are severed, they can affect you across time. Fortunately, vows are very easy to undo. It's simply a matter of firmly stating, I am willing to sever all vows that are blocking me in this lifetime. I ask that all aspects of painful vows be now and forever undone in all directions of time for everyone concerned. By saying this, either aloud or silently, you can help heal the bondage of the past and open yourself up to present day joy and abundance in all forms. Now, I differ with this aspect of the card. I believe that you need to use your voice because that's what Spirit has shown me. So take some time to pray and release any vows that are hindering you in this lifetime. As I said, I have cut cords, but when the vow cards comes up, it shows me that there are vows playing out in your life that are affecting you, that you or I are not necessarily aware of. So please do take the time to say that little prayer and release that. Okay, I'm going to move on to the unrequited love. This card indicates that you had a painful experience with unrequited love in a prior lifetime. The person that you loved deeply didn't share your feelings, or you may have been betrayed or abandoned. This individual may be in your present life. These experiences of unrequited love may negatively be affecting you now. For example, you might distrust your lover's intention, or his or her ability to make a monogamous commitment. Sometimes those doubts have a basis in this current reality. However, romantic insecurities can also be a product of prior lifetimes. When that occurs, the unconscious insecurities are difficult to pinpoint or heal unless they are consciously realized. This is where irrational jealousy and neediness may actually ruin an otherwise good relationship. Sometimes the best cure is past life regression for couples, so that you can both remember the situation that caused you pain in other lifetimes. So we have the farm card as well. Now, I know that when I saw you with the suitcase and you were leaving with your children, it was definitely in the city. So I'm going to say you left a farm life in the countryside in order to provide a life for your children and a fresh start, which means starting over. Now, this card can also mean that you need to connect with animals for your healing journey, or that you are being called to move to a farm, go back to your roots, grow your own vegetables, be more organic, and have a sustainable lifestyle, which I don't think there's a person in the world who wouldn't want to run away to a farm right now. But in regards to this dynamic playing out, the message that's coming through is you left the farm in order to go to the city. Now, I am going to pull you some romance cards on top of this, because the unrequited love connection, they said, was still playing out in the life. So I'm going to pull you some cards and see what they would like to bring through for you. Okay, you want those two connected to there, okay. So we have an overall energy of playfulness, and it says to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So playfulness is quite a beautiful energy, and it is one that allows us to step back into a vibration that is fun and uplifting. That sometimes this stuff happens in past lives and previous life. But it's how you approach every situation. And if you approach it with humor and laughter, you'll find that laughter is the best medicine and the greatest way to release pain. So they are encouraging you to approach it in a playful manner. Now, vows. We have make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps that you are guided to take. So these two they wanted over the vows card. And then we have wedding. This situation involves marriage. So the vows that might be affecting you in this lifetime could be related to your current wedding. And if that is the case, you are being encouraged to make the effort. And it says great love is worth taking the steps that you are guided to take. So maybe you need to make some changes in order to bring yourself and your partner into alignment that you are both happier in. Or it could be related to past life vows that involved making the effort and involved a wedding that are somehow negatively affecting you in this day, and that is when you would need to say the prayer to ask for the vows to be released. So on top of unrequited love, the farm, and leaving, we have heart-to-heart conversations. So honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So there was a moment in your past life where an honest conversation about the fact that there was not enough love and that the love was unrequired happened in this past life. The next card that came out is religious factors, and it says your love life was influenced by your religious path and your spiritual upbringing. So your belief system and your values played a factor in the fact that you walked away from an unrequited marriage. And the next one was getting to know each other. So as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So I'm going to say that as the masks fell off, you realized that actually it was unrequited, and you decided to walk away from this, and your religious and spiritual beliefs played a role in the reason why you decided to up and move. The next card out is keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectation. And the next card out was new love. So you bravely walked away with your children, but you kept an open mind, embraced a new soulmate, and new love entered your life. So beautiful. I am now going to pull you some Ascended Masters to bring extra clarification for each dynamic here. Just a second. Right. So, Atlantis, ships, health, and scribe and writer. If I can have clarification, please, for this soul's journey for her. Thank you. And one more, please. Thank you. Okay. Okay, vows and wedding. I need the effort. Okay. One more, please. Okay, thank you. And unrequited love and the romance, please. Okay. One more. Thank you very much. Okay, so your overall energy is Sanat Kumara. And it says light activation, shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. So over here on this Atlantean journey, we are starting with the beautiful Lady Portia, and it says divine order. Now, great confirmation here. Lady Portia is the divine counterpart of Saint Germain, who is the keeper of the violet flame. And the violet flame is what was used in the Atlantean temples to purify and transmute, and it is exactly what I use when I'm doing my healings. So you would have been one of these beautiful sacred feminines who worked with the healing arts, the rites of the priestess, and the keepers of the sacred flame. So beautiful confirmation coming out for you there. Okay, the next card about the journey that you took was facing fear, Kalima, and it says major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. So massive change will have happened in your healing and your soul retrieval. Your gifts will be coming online. Your vibration will be rising, which will lead to ascension, which will lead to light activation, and you will you'll really be stepping into big changes. So massive rebirth moment for you, but it is your chance to soar. So next we have hope, love, and acceptance. And it says, love is yours. Recognize your divine worth and choose loving thoughts. And she has some beautiful lotuses there, and the energy is really golden. And obviously your healing was a golden healing, and I work very closely with the golden lotus. So my throat chakra has just gone funny there. So I know that you had boulders and ropes around your neck, and I'm wondering if they were somehow attached to this past life, and that's what we released, because I could feel a great pressure on my throat, and now I am struggling to speak. Excuse me one moment. Wow. Excuse me. Okay, so hope. Love is yours. Recognize your divine worth and choose loving thoughts. The next card on top of there is Seraphis Bey with Ascension, and you can see he is dressed in all of his Egyptian high priest splendor. And we have move into your true self and rise above the darkness. The light is here. So you left Atlantis as a divine feminine who was a healer, who was a priestess. You traveled on ships with the writings of the scribes, so the sacred knowledge, and you traveled to Egypt. So we now have beautiful clarification of your soul's journey from Atlantis. And next we have Matavarata Babaji with soul expansion. Your consciousness is expanding. You are understanding the connections between all things. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cards there. Okay, we are now moving to the dynamic in the middle, which is Dwal Kul Dharma unfolding. And this is on top of the vows, make the effort, and wedding. And we have Dwal Kul there. And it says, remember that you are on a path to you are on a path. Take one step at a time to happiness. And then we have another Egyptian card. We have Isis with magic manifesting. So there is a situation involving vows from your past life that needs releasing. And as you release and you heal, the Dharma is good karma. So good blessings coming your way as you walk the path. One step at a time, you are walking into happiness and your Dharma is unfolding beautifully. And then Isis comes in with magic manifesting. Your dreams, your visions, and your goals are becoming a reality. Stay focused. So beautiful card there. Okay, we are now moving over to the unrequited love on the farm and the leaving and traveling. So this past life trauma here that we released. And it is Freya with phases and cycles. And it says, there is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are being revealed and released. So you may have great clarity. You may instantly know who this past life person was that you had to walk away from. The unrequited love, the feeling of resilience of having to do it all by yourself, being burdened, being weighted with these ropes on your neck. Either way, we have removed it now and we have called back any fragmented aspects to allow the healing to settle in. So big changes occurring at the moment. Your soul is expanding, you are ascending. Light activation is going on. Dharma is unfolding. Isis is here with some magic manifesting. And remember that you are in phases and cycles. So allow the old to fall away, making room for the new blessings to come in. And you will be able to allow the old to fall away because you have increased awareness with Master Buddha. And it says deep connection, trust your inner voice. So when you sit and you meditate and you pray on this scenario that we have uncovered here from the past life, trust, because you hold within you all the answers you seek. I always say I'm just the key to unlocking certain aspects of your past life. Your higher self, the divine, your angelic team, they will always bring you the recollection through dreams, through meditation, through the inner knowing. So pay close attention to your dreams, and whatever comes up when you pray and you focus in on this scenario, know that you already know, you hold the answers within you because you now have increased awareness. And your final card from the Ascended Masters is Lord Ganesha and Infinite Abundance. And it says obstacles are being removed, spiritual support and connections are increasing. So Beautiful, beautiful energy there to close down this little section of your reading. Okie dokie. Right. I am now going to move into my crystal deck. These have crystal messages and affirmations. They're a really beautiful deck. As you know, or most people know, I work very closely with crystals. They in and of themselves do not provide you with protection. The protection is from the divine. The crystals simply help to empower your auric field, to have it really strong, to protect you coming in contact with any negative energies, any lower vibrational energies. They also help you stay grounded. They help you connect to the higher realms. They help you receive clearer messages, and they also help you with light activations and DNA activations to anchor in that light. So for me, they are a must. You can wear them, you can sleep with them. They are profoundly useful on the spiritual path, so especially for empathic and healer souls that hold space for other people. So thank you. Okay. Thank you. More. Okay, they want that one there. Brilliant. Thank you. Okay, so we are starting with Limar, which is again a Atlantean Lemurian water-based crystal. So it's very tied to the Atlantean energy. It says, do you have an affinity with dolphins? Have you found that you are much better after spending time at the seashore? It is time to spend time by the ocean, connecting with the healing salty energy of the salt water and its cleansing properties in order to support your health both physically and emotionally. And it's Archangel Thuriel, and the affirmation is, I breathe in life completely. I am in touch with my emotions. It is easy for me to relax into the ebb and the flow of life. I am balanced, I am whole, I am complete. So the next card you have is Clear Quartz, and it says, what is it that you don't understand? Are you missing the point? It is time to gain clarity and have a clearer picture of what is truly going on within you and around you. Decide that you want to see the bigger picture. Get focused and stay focused. Meditation and contemplation will help you see the greater perspective from varying points of view. And it's Archangel Michael. I am a clear channel of love, light, and well-being. All is well in my life. I have great mental clarity, abundance, balanced emotions. All of my heart's desires are realized now. The way is always evident and effortless. And then we have Dumarite, which is another blue crystal. So you've got two throat chakra crystals, and this is where I was coughing and felt the ropes and the weight pulling around the neck again. So I'm going to say that you definitely need some blue crystals to support your throat chakra. And it says, are you able to imagine yourself asking help from the divine? Are you seeking inner peace? It is time to acknowledge that you have the ability to hear and sense or know information and guidance from angels and spirit guides. Realign and develop your spiritual awareness. Objectively observe patterns and behaviors and shift. Wow. Okay, so Archangel Raziel, I see life from a positive perspective. I have enhanced mental accuracy. I magnetically attract peaceful, thoughtful people into my circle. I intuitively know what I need to know when I need to know it. I am grateful for assistance from the heavenly realm. So beautiful. And we have shell fossil. Are you ready to uncover memories or wisdom stored within your consciousness? Spiral inwards to understand your dreams and your visions. Recognize the value of the past and use it as a stepping stone for the future. You have much wisdom inherent within you. Use it. And it's Archangel Jophiel. Wisdom is stored in my cells and my bones. I am conscious of my intelligence. I tap into my ancestral knowledge. Meditation comes naturally. I go within for guidance every day. I integrate and process all that I perceive with ease. So, wow. Okie dokie. On top of Vows, Wedding, Isis, and Dwal Kul, we have green calcite. So green is a stone of the heart center and the heart chakra. It says, are you having a change of heart? Do you find that you are having a hard time to change the way you look at love and friendships? The only constant in life is change. Take the time to adjust and nurture yourself as changes take place. Honor and accept the change. And it's Archangel Raphael. I tap into the innate healing abilities within in order to realign my emotional, spiritual, and physical bodies. Nature brings me balance. I enjoy and absorb the positive green vibrations of the plants, the herbs, and essential oils. I remain focused even when the world is changing around me. Okay. So we have the unrequited farm dynamic that has played out here, and the messages coming through for this one is Moldavite. So very powerful, powerful crystal. Not a newbie's crystal. They can bring on a dark night of the soul. Personally, I actually sleep in my Moldavite mala. It really helps me to anchor in light. But I will read the message off the card now. And it says, are you able to think beyond the ordinary? Is your heart open to love and inner peace? Awaken your consciousness and decide that you want to see things from a greater perspective. Increased self-knowledge naturally allows for healing your heart, your relationships with others, and the relationship that you have with yourself. You have unlimited potential. And it's Archangel Raphael. My consciousness is awake and I am aware. I feel the limitless nature of all of life. I believe in unlimited potentials and possibilities. I am creative. I am prosperous. I fully embrace extraordinary wealth. My heart is open to giving and receiving love. And the last card that we have here is Azurite, which is a beautiful crystal, very connected to the indigo soul. It is all about what I call the indigo gifts, which is third eye and crown, and that area in between the both, where our intuition and our creativity and these gifts of insight, wisdom that have been with us for many, many, many lifetimes. So, do you want to improve and trust your intuition? Activate your third eye and exercise your sensory gifts. You receive messages from the divine all the time. Now it is time to notice the signs, interpret them, and use them for the higher guidance to create ease in your life. And it's Archangel Raziel. I am extremely intuitive. My spirit guides and angels send me messages all the time. I am grateful for divine guidance. My mind is clear and all knowledge is available. I awaken my consciousness. I am calm. I am at peace. Wow. Well, you know I saw that beautiful seal that was on your chest. And when I asked what it was, they said it was the seal of greatness. So does it surprise me that you are a keeper of the arts, the healing arts, and a priestess from Atlantis, a keeper of the sacred knowledge, and all of this is now being, you know, rebirthed within you. And you had that beautiful hand that whenever things felt wobbly or whenever you felt shaky on your feet, that the hand just was placed on you and you just calmed, and it brought you back into perfect alignment. And it was beautiful to see how protected and watched over you were. So yeah, beautiful messages here. Okay, right. I am going to get you a dragon energy card and a starseed card. Now these are very, very high vibrational dragons that come in to help you on your ascension. And the card that you have got is the fire dragon. And it says it burns up the lower energies around you. You are safe, you are protected. Be determined and inspired. Clear your soul pathway. So, beautiful energy there. I will read this one from the book for you. Okay. Fourth dimensional fire dragon radiates a bright orange fiery light. They are powerful beings who give us power, trust and determination when we work with them. They are master clearance experts and will direct their blazing flames at anything we ask them to, transmuting lower vibrations that no longer serves us. They will fly in front of us when we travel, often burning up the challenges before we reach them. They are also extremely protective of their companions and those who work with them. They will light up our friends and roar at those who undermine us. Guidance. You have received this card because it is time to invite the fire dragons to burn up any current circumstances in your life that are not serving you. Call on them to delve deeper into your childhood or your past lives to release you from your past so that your future can shine. You have the ability and the power to travel along the timeline of your soul's journey, clearing, healing, and transmuting as they do so. They are happy to do this while you sleep if you ask them. Ask them to clear and light a path in front of you each day. Then relax and trust that all is as it should be. These orange dragons have huge open hearts and love to keep you safe by creating a fiery wall of protection around you or your home and family. So remember to ask them to do so. Call on them to light you up in their flames and breathe inspiration into you. You may be amazed at the positive and courageous way you start to deal with people and situations. Now, I'm wondering if that great big hand I saw was actually your dragon protecting you. I have a dragon that protects me. Her name is Adusa, and she is a golden Atlantean dragon. And I use her to surround me in the sacred flames when I am transmuting healings, past lives, trauma, and so on. So, very tied into Atlantean priestesses, very tied into oracles, healers, and so on from antiquity. So beautiful energy there. Okay, I am now going to get you a starseed card and then I will close down your reading. This card is about your mission as a light worker, starseed, whatever they want you to focus on to help bring about balance. And we all come in with specific missions. And the messages in here are really beautiful. So, oops, okay. Right, these ones are upside down. So, surprise, surprise, you have star ancestors and you have the Egyptian pyramids again. And it says, hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. So I opened it right to the right page of the book. Okay, the ancients knew much more than we do about our connection to the stars. Their pyramids, the temples, and other places of worship created in precise alignment with the stars, exist in all the corners of the world. What if this ancient wisdom is available to you to uncover now? You are being called to think and listen with your ancient heart and your soul, to tap into the part of you that remembers and knows. All ancient secrets are whispered forever in your ears. All mystic knowing blooms in your heart. All potent power pumps through your veins. You are being invited to step into your ancient knowingness, to be held by the rememberings of the star ancestors, to look a little deeper if you're feeling stuck. You're being called to do something different, to change your point of view. Creativity happens when we put together two things that don't belong together, when we do the unexpected. So often we create solutions right in front of us, but because we think the same thoughts and we act the same way, we miss what is in the open. Remember, you are here to remember and uncover ancient secrets and transmissions, technology and wisdom that are so needed on the planet right now, to unlock your soul's memory of a time when we lived in harmony on Earth, and one day again will. And the starseed activation is: place your hand on the portal of your heart and whisper the following: I'm ready to remember ancient mysteries and secrets from deep within. I am ready to remember ancient mysteries and secrets from deep within. I am ready to remember ancient mysteries and secrets from deep within. I always say things like that by the power of 3. Wow. Such beautiful, beautiful messages have come through. Thank you for trusting me to be part of your healing journey. Please remember to ground and drink lots of water over the next 10 days while your healing settles in. Enjoy the messages here. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. It has been a great blessing to do this follow-up reading for you, and I'm sending you much love. Bye.